prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really?
It's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
His basics are solid. His fundamentals are solid. He's strong. He's physical. He's moved up and become, solid at a heavier weight than when he started in his career. He's grown into. He's got great experience.
Floyd Mayweather is widely regarded as one of the greatest offensive fighters in history. But many in the boxing world believe a clash with Terence Crawford could spell trouble. Analysts caution that Mayweather, long retired and well past his prime, would be risking both his legacy and health against a pound-for-pound star like Crawford, whose ruthless combinations, precise timing, and unmatched adaptability make him one of the most dangerous opponents alive. One they insist Mayweather should steer clear of.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, now that was a big take. And of course, he's fought both of them.
Yeah, he would know.
So that was a big take. But
Not
yeah,
really.
I think
lost
so.
to both of them. Not for people who watch boxing. No, that's not. No.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we sent that Terence Crawford some love, because he also talked a lot that night about how people underestimated him and thought, because people didn't really. He doesn't have the biggest star power, that he wasn't going to win the fight, and he definitely took that home. So congratulations to him. Now
The what?
He doesn't have the biggest star power.
Oh, no.
Yeah, people were he was saying that people were underestimating him because of that.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. walked away from the sport with an unblemished 50-0 record, cementing his status as one of boxing's greatest offensive masters. Terence Crawford, also unbeaten, has carved out his own legacy as a multi-division champion, admired for his ability to switch stances, high ring IQ, punching power, and versatile style. As Crawford's dominance grows, it fuels endless comparisons, fantasy matchups, and debates over who would have prevailed had both men met in their primes.
Terence Crawford on Saturday has not only become the pound-for-pound #1 fighter, I honestly believe that he surpasses now Floyd Mayweather as the best fighter of this generation. That's what I believe.
If that was the goal by Floyd, to be undisputed, then he would have chased undisputed. He chased champions until he became the money draw.
Do you know that Floyd never unified any of the divisions he fought in?
Because he never had to. He was a draw. He just didn't have to. He done the hard work in getting there.
Terence Crawford started out his boxing career as a lightweight, and now he's gone up to super middleweight and become the undisputed super middleweight champion, beating a guy like Canelo, who, listen, previously, man, he was wreaking havoc through that division. And Terence Crawford's just gone out there and taken the belt off him with, let's be honest, relative ease.
Three-division legend Shane Sugar Mosley has stirred debate by suggesting Terence Crawford might hold the edge over Floyd Mayweather, depending on which version of Floyd steps into the ring. Mosley highlighted Crawford's power, versatility, and switch-hitting ability, noting that these tools create unpredictable angles and dangerous offensive opportunities that could trouble Money Mayweather. Still, he admitted that the younger, more aggressive pretty boy, Mayweather, would likely pose a far greater challenge, making the matchup much less certain.
Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, it's, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Former world champion Tim Bradley has openly declared that he sees Terence Crawford defeating a prime Floyd Mayweather. Bradley praised Crawford's intelligence, versatility, and impeccable timing, while acknowledging Mayweather's unmatched defense and agility. Even so, he argued that Crawford possesses the offensive arsenal and tactical sharpness needed to break through and find a way to win.
Distance, but Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Zab Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
No.
Exactly.
And
Max,
Zab wasn't quite a Shane-level fighter. That's true. Listen, it'd be a great match.
Amir Khan has voiced deep respect for Terence Crawford, arguing that there's a strong case Crawford could beat Floyd Mayweather. He praised Crawford's exceptional timing, noting his ability to disrupt rhythm, make sharp adjustments, and execute intelligent strategies. Reflecting on their own fight, Khan recalled how Crawford frustrated him by making him miss by the smallest margins before capitalizing with precise combinations. In Khan's view, Crawford stands above many top welterweights, and even with Mayweather's legendary defensive brilliance, handling Crawford's blend of offense, ring IQ, and adaptability would be a serious challenge.
Look, when I was in the ring with him, even though towards after the 1-2 rounds, I started getting my rhythm, but I have to say, put on the best fights I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fighters like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points, and obviously I've got caught with a good shot and got knocked out, whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always, look, I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing, and just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather, I think Crawford would beat a lot of them, maybe all of them. Even and the only fight I would say for him would be a good fight technically would be someone like Mayweather. But I really think he would beat Mayweather as well.
Former two-division champion Carl Frampton believes Terence Crawford's performance against Canelo was more than just a victory. It changed his perspective on how Crawford measures up to Floyd Mayweather. Frampton pointed to Crawford's ability to control the fight, dictate the pace, and dish out damage as evidence that he's operating at a level capable of challenging Mayweather at his peak. He compared Crawford's technical skill, ring generalship, and finishing power in that fight to the benchmark performances often cited when discussing prime Mayweather.
I feel that Crawford is going to nick it. I think if he does nick it, it does kind of have to be a stinker. He has to move and use his feet. I think Canelo's feet aren't what they once were, but certainly he's a stronger man in the fight. I think we're going to see a very close one, possibly even a draw, but if you put a gun to my head, I would say Crawford in a close points decision.
You talk a bit about the fight maybe not catching fire in the way some were expecting. If Terence Crawford is to win the fight, does it have to be that sort of fight? And leading from that, can he hurt Canelo Alvarez?
I don't think so. I mean, look at the shots guys like Golovkin bounced off Canelo's head. It's almost like he's unhurtable. We seen him hurt by Miguel Cotto's brother a number of years ago, but that was it really, and he was a young boy. So I think that I don't expect to see Terence hurting or being able to hurt Canelo, but there's a way he can win the fight, and that is by outboxing him.
If Terence Crawford does win, as you're predicting, does he rival Alexander Usyk for that number 1 pound for pound spot?
I mean, you have to start. I've never really thought about it, but that's a good question, and he'd certainly be in.
Shakur Stevenson has stated that Terence Crawford is just one victory away from entering the greatest of all time conversation, particularly if he defeats Canelo Alvarez. He highlighted Crawford's skill set, movement, and ring IQ as the keys to neutralizing Canelo's offense and tilting the fight in Crawford's favor. Stevenson argued that a win over a figure of Canelo's stature, long regarded as boxing royalty, wouldn't simply add another belt to Crawford's collection, but instead mark a defining moment that reshapes how history views him. In Stevenson's eyes, beating Canelo would firmly secure Crawford's place among the all-time greats and silence any remaining critics.
If Bud beats Canelo convincingly, right, would you put him above Floyd, an all-time great?
See, I ain't
Give me
gonna,
a solid answer. Come on, Shakur. Don't dance around that, bro.
I can't get into that because at the end of the day, it's like.
But
it's
that's just an opinion.
It's opinionated.
Right, I want
Regardless,
your
it's
opinion.
opinionated. My opinion on it, I think Bud is the greatest of all time after doing this.
Okay.
But
thank you. That's all I wanted.
Floyd is the greatest of all time in my eyes too. Like
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
watch with him is like he's one of my favorite fighters. So,
I know.
Yeah.
50-50.
Terence Crawford has pushed back against constant comparisons to Floyd Mayweather, stressing that their styles and careers shouldn't be seen as directly alike. He notes that Mayweather fought in a different era with his own opponents, promotional systems, and public expectations, while his own path has unfolded differently. Crawford maintains that media debates are secondary to what truly matters, refining his skills, making the right fight choices, and staying consistent. For him, records and fantasy matchups carry less weight than proving himself against elite competition in real time. He prefers his accomplishments to stand on their own rather than being measured against Mayweather's legacy.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now,
many boxing analysts have sharply criticized Floyd Mayweather's recent string of exhibition fights, arguing they diminish both his legacy and the sport's credibility. Their main concern is that these matchups are largely mismatches, often featuring Mayweather against non-elite opponents, influencers, or YouTubers instead of legitimate contenders, stripping the bouts of real competitive value. To critics, these events seem driven more by financial gain than genuine sporting purpose.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
I want to say, but I won't say it. But other than Leonard Ellerby is a boxing man. He knows deep down that was absolutely horrendous. And the other thing is as well, when you've got a guy in the environment that we're living at the moment, right, after a tough year for a lot of people, to come out at the press conference and just basically laugh at people and say, I just took your money. It was a bank job. It was a heist. It was like I conned you into, I mean, those pay-per-views in America, I think they were like $60. I mean, he basically just took the piss out of the fans. But I don't blame him. He made an absolute fortune. Good luck to him. I'm not having a go at Floyd Mayweather. I'm just a fan who's allowed to give my opinion. Absolutely dreadful. Even Floyd Mayweather was embarrassed at a press conference after. He basically said, I'm not doing that again. The biggest winner was Logan Paul. I mean, he's just gone 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And actually, at times...
Did you think he got knocked out and held up?
No, I think at times Floyd Mayweather was actually really trying. But anyway, it was what it was. But it all comes back to the pressure is on us. Not us as in me and Matchroom, but it is on boxing. If we don't make good fights, you're going to see more and more of this. Because if Gervonta Davis against Mara Barros is doing 100,000 buys, and Andy Ruiz against Areola is doing 80,000 buys or 100,000 buys, and you've got that doing 1 million, what are the broadcasters going to want? That. We have to save boxing. We, not just me, all of us. And the fighters have got to step up, the managers have got to step up, the trainers have got to step up. We've got to pay the money for these guys to have real fights. And that's what you'll see at Fight Camp.